All right, everybody, welcome in to AC Flora High School. We're here for game number 6 of the 20th anniversary of the Forest Acres Classic, live on Definite Fiction. Again, my name is Alex Ross. Thank you for joining us here on Definite Fiction. It is the Miller School and Lugoff-Elgin, both coming off of different performances yesterday, trying to rebound, well, one, the other one trying to continue what they started yesterday in hopes of a repeat. So the Miller School from Virginia last season was our Forest Acres Classic champions. They're now trying to go back-to-back and are well on their way to doing so. A 16-0 shutout victory over the Cardinal-Newman Cardinals yesterday morning, where Miller and Evan Hankins, the pitching, did not allow a base runner all game. It was complete domination for the Mavericks as they are trying to repeat as Forest Acres Classic champions and trying to grab their third Forest Acres Classic championship. They're making their 8th straight appearance. On the other side for Lugoff, who hasn't competed in the Classic since 2011, yesterday did not start off the day they wanted to. A 9-1 loss to the Wildcats of Lexington, who had just won their game earlier today against Cardinal-Newman 8-3. So two teams having different games yesterday, trying to move on to today. Of course, Miller is trying to get back to that Thursday championship series. Lugoff-Elgin trying to take down one of the top teams in Virginia. We'll roll through starting lineups and we'll roll through this game when we return right here on Definite Fiction. I will step away for the national anthem. We'll be right back momentarily.
Let's play ball.
All right, I'll put some background music on as everyone's getting set to take the field. It's going to be Lugoff-Elgin being the designated home team today. Miller School, the designated visiting team. Both of those, of course, switching from yesterday after Miller was home and Lugoff was away. So let's meet the starting demons here on the field. Of course, if you're a Miller fan, yes, they are the Lugoff-Elgin Demons, so I'll be saying demons a lot. I know it's very weird for, I'm assuming, people out of state. Well, let's rock and roll around the diamond. On the bump, it's Avery Hewitt. Behind the dish, Jake Rabin. At first base, Logan Crane. Second, Watson Harvley. At short, the College of Charleston commit A.J. Jefferson. At third, it's the USC Sumter commit Maverick Grigsby. In left field, Landon Gregory. Center, Colin Bright. And right field, Preston Cranford. Excuse me, Mavericks, the USC Aiken commit. I apologize. I knew I got that one wrong right when I said it and still kept saying it. Of course, we'll go through the lineup real quick. Got to do this a little better than that. But leading off, Colin Bright in center. Second, Watson Harvley at second. Short, A.J. Jefferson batting third. Right field is Preston Cranford cleaning up. Fifth is the third baseman, Grigsby. Sixth, our first baseman, Logan Crane. Seventh, Landon Gregory in left. Eighth, the man on the bump, Avery Hewitt. And ninth, behind the dish, Jake Rabin. Let's meet the Mavericks, of course, the defending champion Mavericks. Leading off, it's Noah Gray. Second, DHing Drew Lucy, the Charleston in West Virginia commit. Yeah, of course, not College of Charleston for those who are familiar with Palmetto State. Batting third, the first baseman, the Tennessee commit, Evan Hankins. Fourth, the North Carolina Tar Heel, future North Carolina Tar Heel, Manny Brauman. Batting fifth, Louisiana Lafayette Ragin Cajun, John Michael Sheff. in sixth, batting sixth, the right fielder. That is Jackson Rosales, one of the top outfielders in that 2026 class in Virginia. Behind the dish today, it's Cody Peck, the junior, batting seventh. Eighth, Carter Lockhart, the second baseman. And ninth, Will Tomlinson, excuse me. He will be cleaning it up. On the up, Jacob Rexroad for the Miller Mavericks. Talk a little more about Rexroad when he comes out to pitch for them. The Ferrum College commit trying to power Miller to a chance to play for a championship. All right, let's rock and roll. Game number 6, game 2 of day 2. Miller, Lugoff. One fall to a finish. Let's do it. Leading off, it's Noah Gray, righty on righty. Avery Hewitt making his 5th start for the Demons with a 2.54 ERA, gets ready to go. He comes home. The first pitch right back to him off of his glove. Gray, the speedster to first, a low throw, cannot be dug out by Crane. It gets by him, and the speedster Noah Gray will go to second. Well, Miller, just as quickly as they started yesterday, start off hot today. We will officially see the ruling on that, but it will be ruled as an error. And I think that's going to go on the pitcher, Hewitt. So Gray will take second on the error. And now Drew Lucy. Again, Miller trying to start off right where they left off yesterday. It's the senior Charleston University commit, Drew Lucy. Lucy DHing tonight. He was the catcher yesterday, going 0 for 3. However, he comes in now hitting .321 on the season, 14 RBIs. He's got a man at second waiting for him in Noah Gray. Righty on righty here. Now showing bunt, puts it down right to the right side. Rabin tries to go to third. The tag by Grigsby is in time. Rabin to Grigsby, the fielder's choice. Lucy gets to first, but a big first out goes on the base pass for the Mavericks. We've seen 2 pitches from Hewitt. One was an error on Avery Hewitt, and the other one now was a bunt fielder's choice. And now it comes up Evan Hankins, the current reigning Charlie Fettner MVP award. That's the winner of the most valuable player in the tournament. He won the most valuable player last year after a great performance from him. Now the lefty will look to swing the bat here with one gone. First pitch to him, off speed, stays away, ball 1. We'll finally get to see a pitch go into the glove of Rabin. Rabin had a great play though, throwing out Gray at third for the first out of the inning. Now it's the Tennessee Volunteer, Hankins. The 1-0. Fastball low, ball 2. Good location from Hewitt, just didn't get the call. Well, Avery Hewitt, 22 innings pitched, have 24 strikeouts and 9 walks. Looking to give the Demons a chance here, as the Miller bats are some of the best his tournament has to offer, maybe ever. Hankins, the senior, was 1 for 1 yesterday, so he awaits the 2-0. That bounces in. Good read from Lucy. Rabin, the throw to second. Not in time, but a nice throw. The second good read we've seen today. We saw Kistner from Lexington read a ball in the dirt and get to second before the catcher even picked it up. That time, Lucy got a great jump on the pitch in the dirt, and he will take second because of it. So a 3-0 count, 1 gone here in the opening frame. Miller trying to get on the board first, and well, there's not really much better options to do it than senior Evan Hankins. Hankins coming in as the second, I think, team on RBIs with 15, trailing Jackson Rosales with 16. The 3-0 from Hewitt. Fastball low and in. Hankins doesn't see a strike. He'll work his 13th walk of the season and set the table for Manny Browman.
Stepping to the plate for Miller, number 24. Center fielder, Mandela Browman.
Well, Manny Browman is one of the newest UNC Tar Heels. The young junior committed in the time between these 2 tournaments. He was a sophomore that made waves here last year. He comes up as the cleanup hitter, 2 on, 1 out. Corners are in. He shows bunted, so ball in the dirt for ball 1. Nice stop from Rabin behind the dish. However, that's the 5th straight ball now Hewitt's thrown. Well, Browman, the number 3rd player ranked in Virginia in this junior class. It's number 44th ranked outfielder in that junior class in the nation. The one-hand dough, he puts a bunt down to the third side. This may be a hit. Grigsby comes on, the third baseman, the throw to first is not in time. Brauman puts a push bunt between the pitcher and the third baseman. Tough play for anybody, and it will be a single. So the bases are juiced with one out for John Michael Sheff. One of the best players in the tournament last year will come back up as a Louisiana Ragin' Cajun. One of my favorite mascots to say in college, just because I remember I'd do all these quizzes and, you know, the Ragin' Cajun, I would always forget how to spell it, and so I'd have to look it up. It wasn't cheating because I knew it, but it still was. Well, he muscles that one to the left side. The lefty puts one into the left center field gap for extra bases. One will score. Hankins around third will score. Mandela Brownman getting the windmill. The relay throw is cut off and not in time. A bases clearing double for the Ragin' Cajun. It's 3-0 Miller here in the opening frame. Well, that's how you do it. That's what it's all about. One of my favorite players I got to watch last season, and that's one of the reasons why. A pitch, he wasn't trying to do too much to it. Bases were juiced. Wasn't even trying to put I would say a great swing, just a swing that brought some runners home, and he pokes one into the left center field gap, but no chance for Gregory or Bright to run it down. Bases clearing double makes it 3-0 Miller. And however, Miller, of course, wants more. It's Jackson Rosales, who had a great game yesterday. Up the dish, righty on righty, one away. Hewitt comes home, throws the ball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Rosales was 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs yesterday in the win against Cardinal Newman. The right-handed right fielder had a great day at the dish. It's 1-0 the count against him. Hewitt comes home. Call, strike one, fastball low in the zone. Miller has now outscored opponents 19-0 through their first 3.5 innings. That's, of course, here at the Forest Acres Classic. The 1-1. Fastball low in the dirt, ball 2. And that's just kind of indicative of what Miller has been doing lately. They've won 15 of their last 16 and 8 straight en route to a 16-5 record. They have come in rolling here to the Forest Acres Classic. Now their 8th day down south. Seem very much fitting in with the weather. The 2-1. Fastball low that gets away from Rabin. Sheff will take third. I was talking to the Miller players before the game yesterday, and they said down in Florida, one of them called him Stiffy, and they went with it. I remember the first time I saw his name. It's, for those who are not aware, it's spelled S-Z-E-C-F. And so I think me and Jim up in the PA booth were like, well, I don't even know where to start saying this. Luckily, it was easy for us. The 3-1 called, strike one, a fastball inside. Will be a full count now to Rosales. 3-2, 1 gone, 3-0 lead for the Mavericks here in the opening frame. They have a runner on third looking for more. The payoff. Off speed, that's chopped over to the shortstop. Jefferson ranges over, has to play it first. The long throw, the stretch by. Crane is not there. He was just pulled off the bag. Would have been a great play as that ball was hard hit up the middle. Jefferson, the shortstop, had to range all the way. It's going to be ruled as a hit. As Rosales is an RBI single infield, and now Sheff comes home with the 4th run of the first inning. Be the catcher, Cody Peck, I believe, due up. I'm pretty sure Montague said the same thing as me. I'm really hoping I didn't get it wrong. That's my biggest fear. Rosales goes, called, strike one in the inside part of the plate, throw it on second. On the other side of the bag, no chance to get the speedy Rosales. I feel like my biggest fear is saying names wrong. I feel so bad because I do try hard, I promise, to get them right. And then I'll sit there and still mess them up. Just the way of the broadcaster. 0-1 the count, runner at second, 1 gone. Hewitt will pick off back to second. That ball goes in the center field. Rosales will get up and try to go to third. Bright, good throw to third. And on the backhand, Grigsby can't get it, goes all the way towards the dugout. However, the cage in front of the dugout would have saved a run. That would have skipped into the Miller dugout, which would have let Rosales go home. Instead, on the air, well, Rosales stole second, and on the air throw, he gets to third. So it is Cody Peck. 0-1 the count, one gone. Infield comes in here for the Demons of Lugoff-Elgin, who are wearing their red today. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Change up low in the zone. It's 0-2. The 0-2. That one's muscled foul to the backstop. Peck will stay alive. I can finally breathe now after what a strong start from the Mavericks. Peck, the backup catcher, who is playing like anything other than a backup, hitting .333 with 7 RBIs this season. It's righty on righty, 0-2, one gone. Rosales at third for Miller. The curveball hits Peck in the back of the helmet. You don't see that too often, but he'll take first and put runners at the corners with only one out. On the 8th man in the order, Carter Lockhart will come up for the first time this tournament. Lockhart just 6 for 15 on the year. However, he's one of the top-ranked shortstops in the sophomore class. Excuse me, I just did not write that correctly at all. I actually messed up the whole Miller lineup. I put 2028. They are all 2027. We're gonna be right back here as we are mound visit here in the first. We are back here in game number 2 of day 2 here at the Forest Acres Classic. It's been a strong start for the Mavericks yet again. 4 runs off of 3 hits and 3 Lugoff errors have marred a first inning for Avery Hewitt. Currently, as it stands, only 2 of the 4 runs have been earned against Hewitt. So righty on righty, Lockhart digs in for the first time this tournament. Runners at the corners, 1 gone. Hewitt comes home. That one's golfed into center field, but right at Bright. He'll range back toward the wall and make the grab for out number 2, but it'll work as a sacrifice fly as Rosales comes home. It's the first out since the second batter after Drew Lucy grounded into a fielder's choice. He tried to sacrifice bunt. It didn't work. Well, the last batter in the order here for the Mavericks before it flips over is Will Tomlinson. The left-handed third baseman will face off against Hewitt for the first time. 5-0 lead now for Miller. Hewitt fires, the righty misses off speed away. It's ball 1. Got a couple of Gators and a couple of Falcons here who will be the nightcap watching the Mavericks play some ball. The 1-0 misses high and away, 2-0. Of course, one of them is the goon, Luke Shockham, who's behind me. Luke had an incredible showing against the Mavericks last year in what can only be described as a thriller that went 11 innings. Mavericks did win that one, though. The 2-0. Fastball wide, it's 3-0. Luke, and what Luke does best, loaded the bases with nobody out and then proceeded to get out of it because that's what he does. Finds ways to get out of jams. Well, it's 3-0 to Tomlinson, who has 6 walks in the season. He takes a fastball wide and gets his 7th. It's a 4-pitch walk that will bring the top of the order back to the plate. This inning all started with Noah Gray reach on an error back in the, well, I guess back earlier in this one. The problem with that was Noah Gray got thrown out trying to go to third off the sac bunt from Lucy. So he was the first out of the game. And now he's back up looking to produce yet again. Righty on righty, 2 away. Runners at second and first. Hewitt comes home. The curveball finds the outside part of the zone. It's 0-1. Noah, just a sophomore, a top 20 player in that sophomore class in Virginia. The 0-1 fastball from Hewitt misses low and away, ball one. Gray coming in, hitting .433. That's good for the top of this talented Miller team. Of course, on-base percentage over 50%, 54 to be exact. The 1-1 changeup misses low and away, ball two. You know, it's hard to lead a team that's this talented in one statistical category. However, Peck doing it in both average and on-base percentage has to be very impressive, especially for the sophomore with all these talented juniors and seniors. The 2-1. That one's slicing into right field. Coming on is Cranford. The right fielder's going to try to run it down to the basket. Catch cannot be made as the second baseman Harvley got in the way. One run will score. It's the courtesy runner O'Connor, excuse me. He came in for Peck. I didn't see him come in. That should be another error, I believe. This time it's on the right. Another going to rule it a hit. So it's an RBI single for Noah Gray. Tomlinson will go to third. O'Connor scores. Now the 6th run of the first inning. Another courtesy runner. Or no, excuse me. I don't know why I said that. It's just Drew Lucy in there. They said 34. I was not sure what was going on, but it's now the 11th batter in the inning. He'll ground it to second. Watson Harvley gets back on it, and Lucy goes down on the ground out, and that will do it. However, the Miller Mavericks start off strong yet again. 6 runs off of 4 hits. We'll be down here in the bottom of the first when we return. All right, welcome back here to Forest Acres, South Carolina. Miller had jumped all over Lugoff-Elgin in the first, 6-0. We'll see if the Demons can respond when they come to the plate. However, they're going to get a tough out on the mound. It's Jacob Rexroad. Rexroad, the Ferrum College commit, one of the top left-handing pitching prospects in Virginia, making his 6th start of the season, a 2.27 ERA, 4-1 record, 17 strikeouts compared to 5 walks. The southpaw has been doing it all here for the Mavericks. You'll get a top of the order that consists of Bright, Harvley, and Jefferson. It's the right-handed freshman Colin Bright who fouls one off, and we're underway in the bottom of the first. It's 0-1. Wind is coming in very strong from right center field right now. It's been messing with outfielders all day, and of course, a couple of balls have gone over the fence now. The 0-1, called strike 2. Fastball the inside part of the plate. I feel like the story of yesterday was a lot of balls died on the warning track. Well, we saw 2 homers last game and 1 last night. Seems like players are starting to get a feel for this field a little better. The 0-2. That one's chopped to the left side. The third baseman, Tomlinson, will field that in foul ground. However, he made a strong throw to first that would have been in time if it did matter. Well, the speedster Colin Bright 0 for 2. That doesn't show how good of a play he had yesterday, or good of a player. He smoked one to center field that Cromer decided to rob at the wall. He also had a couple another hard hit ball. He looking to try to now get on base via the hit after he did walk in one of his 3 plate appearances against the Wildcats. The southpaw will come home, the 0-2. Called strike 3. Fastball paints on the inside part of the zone. There's 1 away. Well, the Ferrum College commit strong start. He'll now get the left-handed second baseman, Watson Harvley.
Number 2, Watson Harvley.
Harvley coming off an 0-for-4 day yesterday against the Wildcats. He digs in, lefty on lefty. First pitch, breaking ball misses a tad inside, ball 1. Good spot there from Rexroad, better eye from Harvley. The 1-0 from Rexroad. Fastball that's lined to the right side through the hole for a base knock. Demons got a base hit. It's Watson Harvley doing the honors, his first hit of the Classic. Puts a runner on first for A.J. Jefferson.
Batting for Lugoff. Shortstop, number 3, A.J. Andrew Jefferson.
So it's A.J. Jefferson, the College of Charleston commit. He went 1 for 3 yesterday, coming in with a homer and 11 RBIs today. The right-hander gets the southpaw with a runner on first. 1 out here in the bottom of the first, trailing by 6. Rexroad comes on the first pitch. It's a fastball on the outside edge, strike 1. Jefferson, one of those big pieces of the Lugoff team that came back last year. Last year he hit .349, 5 homers, 30 RBIs. The 0-1 is poked out to right field high in the air. Rosales settles under it with the wind and all, and he'll make the 2-handed grab for out number 2. Shows you a surefire player like Rosales having to use 2 hands, how much the wind is impacting these fly balls. I think that was also a factor in one of the ones that got down in front of Cranford out there in right earlier in the inning. Now there's 2-way for the right fielder, Preston Cranford. Another right-hander here for Rexroad. Southpaw fires. Cranford shoots that one straight back foul. It's 0-1. Cranford working off of an 0-for-2 for day yesterday, but he's been solid. .377 this season after only starting 1 for 12. Rexroad goes. Runner at first runs. Pitch is called a strike. Throw to second. Not in time. Nice job, though, from Lockhart to keep the ball from going to center field. It's a stolen base for Watson Harvley. That's his 9th. Team leading, I might add. There was called strike, so the count is 0-2. Runner now in scoring position for Cranford, who hits .458 with runners in scoring position. That is good for best on the team. Time call from Cranford, trying to get one of the runs back. Miller jumped all out to a 6-0 lead earlier in the top half of the inning. Now Lugoff's trying to fight back here. Rexroad will come home. The 0-2. That one kicks up some dirt. It's ball 1. Nice job from Peck by the dish. If it gets that far, it's the dangerous Maverick Grigsby awaiting on deck. Lugoff trying to set the table here and get some of those runners back. You don't want to get them all at once. Well, you obviously want to get them all at once, but you don't need to have that mindset. You need to get it one chunk at a time. Rexroad fires the 1-2. Fastball low and in. Good eye from Cranford. It's 2s. Rexroad leads this team in innings pitched with 24 2/3 coming into today. Trying to work through the first right here in Game 2 of the Forest Acres Classic for Miller. The 2s. Low and inside, ball 3. Cranford works it full. 3-2, 2 gone, runner at second. Lugoff down 6-0, but first is open for Preston Cranford. If he can work a walk or even get a hit. The payoff from Rexroad. Called strike 3. Froze him on the pitch, low in the zone, and that will retire the side. The Demons get the first base runner Miller has allowed all tournament, but they strand him at second. It's a 6-0 game, going 2 when we return. Welcome back here to Forest Acres, South Carolina. It's the 20th anniversary of the Forest Acres Classic. Would be 20th annual if COVID didn't exist. But we are back here live on Definite Fiction. It's the Miller School of Albemarle versus the Lugoff-Elgin Demons. So far, Miller's up 6-0, and doesn't get any easier for Hewitt. Throws a fastball wide for ball one. It's the southpaw Evan Hankins stepping into the box. Hankins walked his first go-around, didn't see a strike. The 0-1 misses wide, ball two, and so far Hankins has seen 6 balls here to start his day. Not shocking, the senior had 4 homers last year, 1 homer this year. Knows this field very well. The 2-0. Fastball wide, ball 3. Hankins has now seen 7 straight balls. Number 3 ranked player in the senior class in Virginia. He's ahead 3-0 as Hewitt fires. Called, strike 1, fastball on the top of the zone. Evan kind of nods, saying, all right, I saw one. The 3-1 is spiked into the ground. Hankins back-to-back walks for him. That is now his 4th walk of the tournament. He's gotten on base in all 5 of his appearances at the dish. So a leadoff walk here for the Miller School. We'll bring up now the 4-hole Manny Brauman.
Number 24.
Brauman singled back in the first. He was a part of those 3 runs that came across off the bases clearing double from John Michael Sheff. Righty on righty, Hankins over at first, who has 4 stolen bags this season. He doesn't go. The first pitch to Brauman, low in the zone for strike 1. Brauman was 2 for 2 yesterday, an RBI and 2 runs. He's now 3 for 3 in the tournament. Hankins goes, the 0-1 is swung on and fouled back. It's always fun to see how these coaches utilize base runners. That was a hit and run there for Miller that just went the foul away. If it was in play, you've got to imagine Hankins is trying to score. Instead, it's 0-2. The 0-2 misses, a little wide, ball 1. Brauman, the junior, with 8 RBIs, hitting .304 coming into today. He's behind 1-2. Hankins doesn't go. The pitch called. Strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. A changeup for Hewitt gets his first punch out of the afternoon, and now there's 1 away here in the second for Lugoff.
Number 4, shortstop, John Michael Sheff. Number 4.
It's the 15th time Brauman has struck out this season, tying Tomlinson for the team lead. Well, now it's John Michael Sheff who started the scoring with a bases clearing 3 RBI double to left field. The lefty digs in and tries to do the same thing. He fights that one to the left side. It will go out of play. 0-1. John Michael Sheff now 4 for his last 10, 4 RBIs, 5 walks. He's been a problem at the dish. Now we'll see if Lugoff can get him out. The 0-1. Looks like a fastball just missed outside, ball 1. Good eye from Sheff. That one didn't miss by much. The number 12th ranked player in Virginia will step back in. He was 0 for 1 yesterday. Now he's 1 for 2 with 4 RBIs, on the tournament. Hankins goes, the 1-1's grounded right back up the middle for a base knock. Hankins will stroll into second before he holds up. John Michael Sheff halfway to a cycle, a single and a double. Puts 2 on with 1 out here in the second. Of course, he's got the hardest 2 legs to go after this, but still got to make the claim. Well, back up comes Jackson Rosales, who's having a great tournament as well. Rosales 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs. That's who I was thinking of. You see a mix up Sheff and Rosales. Righty on righty, 1 gone. Corners are in for Lugoff. The second baseman, Harvey, playing pretty up the middle. Jefferson back towards the hole, the shortstop. First pitch from Hewitt. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice job from Rabin. It's ball one. Rosales had a very interesting part on the base pass. He had an RBI single, stole second, reached third on an error, and then came home to score off the sac fly. The 1-0 is wide, ball two. Two and 0 the count, one gone. Miller leads 6-0 here in the top of the second. They have runners at first and second. Now for the 6-hole, Jackson Rosales. The 2-0. Fastball upstairs, ball three. On deck and waiting is the catcher, Cody Peck. He walked back up, but you know, he'd love to get some more runs across for Miller, who already has a 6-0 lead. The 3-0. Fastball misses low, a 4-pitch walk to Rosales, and that'll load him up here in the second with one out.
Up for Miller, catcher number 2, Cody Peck.
Well, this is trouble here for Lugoff. It is bottom of the order though, but bases are juiced for Cody Peck. The right-handed catcher, now 3 of his last 5 4 RBIs. Righty on righty, one away, wind blowing in. The first pitch is a curveball called strike one, outside edge. It's the pitch Hewitt needs. He jumps ahead in the count. Wind really blowing in from right center field now, coming straight in. We've already seen it become a factor in some of the fly balls here this early afternoon. The 0-1 heater runs a bit in tight, ball one. Corners in, middle infield playing back. Wind continues to blow in as the 1-1 is bounced to the left side. Coming on Jefferson, the only play he has at first. A low throw, but he makes it. There's now 2 away. A run does score. RBI ground out for Peck. It's a 7-0 lead, Miller.
Number 22, second baseman, Connor Lockhart.
There's now 2 on, 2 out here for Carter Lockhart. He delivered a sacrifice fly to center his first go-around after the RBI ground out from Cody Peck. It's a 7-0 lead for the Mavericks. First pitch is a fastball, low and away, ball one. Wind is really starting to pick up now. This is, I think, the most consistent and hardest it's been blowing all week so far. You know, of course, 6 games, so not a lot of sample size, but you get the idea. The 1-0 curve is fouled off to the right side. It'll be 1-1. On the ground, that was Peck's 8th RBI of the season. Only his 20 at-bats. 1-1. That one's flown foul to the right side from Lockhart. It's now 1-2. Ewich trying to fight through the inning. Leave a couple Mavericks on the bases. The 1-2 from Hewitt. Breaking ball. That one's chopped to the shortstop. Jefferson waits back on it. Throws a straw in front to first, and it's in time to retire the side. Lugoff limits the damage. It's a 1-run inning and a 7-0 lead for the Mavericks. When we come back right here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Forest Acres, South Carolina. Miller up 7-0 over the Lugoff-Elgin Demons as Lugoff will come to bat here in the bottom of the second against Jacob Rexroad, who had a solid first inning off the first runner of the game for Lugoff, stranded at second, along with 2 punch-outs. Now he'll get the middle order, 5, 6, and 7, leading it off, Maverick Grigsby, the former All-State second/third baseman. The southpaw comes home to the righty. The first pitch is called strike 1, a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Nothing in 1, Rexroad fires. Fastball misses wide, ball 1. Well, Grigsby loves this field. A couple weeks ago against Flora, went 2 for 3 with a couple hard hit balls. Yesterday wasn't his best showing though, 1 for 3. The 1-1, that one's lined in this left center field. Going back, Noah Gray toward the wall. He runs in and it's off the wall. Grigsby on his horse, a good throw to second. The tag, not in time. Just a little off the mark. Lockhart had to field it, try to whip around. A leadoff double for Grigsby. That was hot shot lined into left center field. Noah Gray came in a step and misread it, got over his head, and Grigsby, now with the second runner, Miller is allowed on the base pass this tournament. Turns to Logan Crane. Logan has 8 RBIs, 2 homers this season. He's hitting 192 with runners in scoring position. There's nobody gone. The southpaw on the bump will come home. The first pitch to the righty is grounded through the hole on the left side. It'll be a base knock. Grigsby, held up, will have to stay at third. Throw is cut off by Tomlinson. Back-to-back hits for the Demons. Puts runners at the corners with nobody out. After not allowing a hit or even a base runner for that matter against Cardinal Newman yesterday, Rexroad allows back-to-back hits to start the second inning. Now it's Landon Gregory. Gregory just 1 for 5 on this season. A double, 2 strikeouts, and a stolen base. The righty comes in to the box, looking to produce here. Rexroad fires. The first pitch, that one's lined in the right center field. Going back is Rosales. He's got a read and makes the play. Comes in, the throw to the plate is cut off by Hank. It's the first baseman. It's a sacrifice fly for Gregory. And it's a 1-run finally comes across for Lugoff. 7-1 lead for Miller.
Stepping to the plate, this afternoon's pitcher, number 14, Avery Hewitt.
Well, that's how you got to do it. You know, again, 1 run at a time. That's the first one. Now it's Avery Hewitt pitching here for the Demons on the bump. The right-hander will step into the box. Southpaw looking over at first. It's Crane. He comes home. The first pitch is popped off the hand. Straight foul out of play. Well, with a southpaw on the mound, it makes it really hard to run. Crane, not known for his stolen bases, has tried once and been thrown out once. However, he's got a pretty decent lead over there at first. Maybe trying to be aggressive here. The 0-1, he does go. Swung on a miss, strike 2. The throw into second. The ball is dropped. I think he may have had the tag, Lockhart. But Crane, right on cue, as I said, he's not really a threat. Goes on the second pitch and gets into second safely. It was called a strike, though, so the count is 0-2 here against Hewitt. On deck, it's Rabin, the 9-hole hitting catcher. The 0-2. That one's chopped over to the shortstop. Chef waits back on it. Looks the runner back. Throws it to first. There's 2 away. Now it's the 9-hole Jake Rabin.
Up for the Demons, number 12.
The catcher went 0 for 2 yesterday with a strikeout and a walk. Looking for his maybe second RBI of the season. It's righty on lefty, 2 away, runner at second. Lugoff trailing 7-1. Rexroad comes home. The pitch is fouled straight back. It's 0-1. On deck if it gets that far, top of the order, Colin Bright. One of the young budding freshmen in the state, ready and waiting. Rexroad steps off, looking back Crane, who already stole second, but again, that's his first stolen base of the season, meaning I wouldn't be surprised if he just holds up and doesn't go. The 0-1. Off speed, stays up high, it's ball one. Of course, Miller has a date tomorrow with the Wildcats of Lexington, who won their game earlier today against Cardinal Newman 8-3. Lugoff will play Cardinal Newman, who is 0-2 in the tournament. Tomorrow, looking for potentially first or second win, depending on how this one goes. The 1-1. Called strike two. Nice slider on the outside edge. Rexroad looking for his third punch-out of the day. He has 19 on the season as of now, averaging just around 3 punch-outs a game. The southpaw will wheel and deal the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Drop third strike. Peck makes the throw out of first, and the side is retired. So that is good for strikeout number 3 today for Rexroad. However, Miller does allow their first run of the tournament. It was a sacrifice fly from Landon Gregory doing the honors. 7-1 lead for the Mavericks. But before we go anywhere, I want to talk to you about our sponsors here for this Forest Acres Classic, as they have been sponsoring us for the entire Forest Acres Classic this year and last year. First and foremost, of course, Miller, just want to apply to you, but it is the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. They're a local dumpster company that works in the Midlands here. What they'll do is pretty simple. You ask for a dumpster, they'll bring it to you. You fill it up, they'll take it away. How about that? Call 803-783-6834 to learn how you can book a dumpster today, or go to www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com. Of course, the other sponsor is run by the same person, Coach Dorsey. It's the Richland Post 215 Legion team. They're the local Legion team that operates here in the Midlands for South Carolina. And of course, why should you play Legion? Well, it's some of the most competitive and best baseball you're going to get all summer. A lot of great competition plays Legion, and it's free. I mean, there's not much better than baseball than Legion. I know for Lugoff and Miller, this will not apply to you because technically, of course, well, this will apply to you. You need to sign up for Legion, but you cannot hit the QR code on your screen, considering you will have different. We were talking about yesterday, me and Coach Dorsey, we were talking during the Hammond Flora game about just Legion, and Jeff and I mentioned we really did not know about the Legion's landscape in Virginia, so hopefully there is some Legion baseball in Virginia. Of course, Lugoff-Elgin players know and love Legion as well, so sign up today for your local Legion Post. All right, as I'm trying not to cough on all the pollen in the air, we'll return here for the top of the third inning. Miller has now a 7-1 lead, looking for some more damage. After the slowest inning they've had of the tournament, only putting across 1 run. They come back up in the first. Pitch from Tomlinson's line in the right center field, and that will drop in shallow right center for a base hit. Leadoff single for Tomlinson. Yeah, I was saying earlier in the Lexington game, I'm not sure how it's supposed to work, but I feel like considering it's cloudy and, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's that bad. The pollen shouldn't be as bad, but I think my allergies are worse today than they were yesterday. That's just not fair. I took everything too. I've taken a Dayquil and some Zyrtec. Zyrtec was last night. Dayquil was today. Back to the top of the order we go. It's Noah Gray. Ready on ready, runner at first. Nobody gone here. Gray is 1 for 2 with an error and a single. Tomlinson doesn't go. He fakes the steal. Pitch is low and inside. Ball 1. The throw back to first. Not in time. Well, Hewitt returns to the hill for Lugoff. Really haven't got a chance to talk about him too much, considering all the action that's happened. Try to get through his third inning, provide some innings for the Demons. The curveball stays inside. It's now 2-0. Righty on righty, runner at first. Nobody gone here in the top of the third inning. Throw back to first. Not in time. Tomlinson slides back safely. Tomlinson has been thrown out twice trying to steal. He has 1 stolen bag, though. Not a big lead over at first. He does not go. The 2-0 is sky high, popped up into right center field. Cranford comes on, calling everybody off, and will make the play near the infield dirt for out number 1. The DH will step back up, Drew Lucy.
Number 13.
He tried to sacrifice bunt back in the first inning, but had Noah Gray thrown out at third. Then he grounded out to end the first inning. Of course, you know, both of them being in the first inning does feel weird. Righty on, righty, one gone. Hewitt comes home. The first pitch is chopped to the left side, foul. Supposed to be a windy day here throughout the Classic. Not really supposed to die down until River Bluff and Flora will don the field at the end of the day. Of course, Flora trying to bounce back after a stunning loss against the Hammond School. River Bluff trying to go 2-0 in the tournament. The 0-1 is golfed into left center field. Long run for Bright. He makes it, though, and runs it down left center. Tomlinson retreats. It's out number 2. Well, now it's the always dangerous Evan Hankins up with one on and 2 outs.
Evan Hankins.
The lefty Tennessee Volunteer commit will dig in. Has seen 1 strike in 9 balls today. He's walked twice and has reached base in every plate appearance he's had this tournament. See if Hewitt gives him the pitch to hit. First pitch, fastball in tight, ball 1, gets away from Rabin. Tomlinson will get over to second on the wild pitch. Well, if you're counting along with me, that's 9 balls and 1 strike today. The 1 strike, I might say, was perfectly put on the outside part of the plate against Hankins. The 1-0. Called strike 1, curveball on the outside edge. That was hung a little farther in. Hankins was taking that to deep right. Instead, it froze him. Game of inches, folks. The 1-1, Hewitt, couple looks back at second, comes home. Hankins slices that one to the left side, foul. Just like that, he's behind 1-2. Well, you know, you want to know how much people are not pitching to Evan Hankins. This is the simple stat to look at. Coming into today, his average, 341. His on-base percentage, 508. You know, they differentiate a little bit. I've been doing this now for 2-3 years. You see all the stats with the on-base percentage and the average. They differentiate here and there, but not by that much. I mean, Hankins, 12 walks drawn this season. No one wants to pitch to him. I don't really blame him. The 1-2. Curveball stays in tight. Good eye from Hankins, who doesn't even move. It's ball 2. 2-2 the count, 2 gone. 7-1 lead for Miller. Lugoff trying to keep a runner at second and keep Miller off of the scoreboard for the first inning in this tournament. Lugoff has, Miller has scored in every single inning they've been a part of. 2's on the way. Hankins lines that one through the hole on the right side. That's a base knock. Tomlinson will get the windmill around third. Coming up is Cranford. The throw is cut off. And Hankins has an RBI single. He's now 2 for 2 in the tournament with 4 walks. And Miller is not blanked this inning. It's 8-1. Hankins made that look so easy. A nice liner through the right side of the infield. Harvey, no shot, and even a good throw from Cranford wasn't good enough to get Tomlinson, who rounded third.
Center fielder, number 24.
Well, it goes from hard to just as hard. Manny Brauman digging in for now the 3rd time today. He singled and struck out looking so far today. Runner on first. 2 outs here at the top of the 3rd. Righty on righty. Hewitt fires. Curveball low, ball 1. Brauman, one of the most underrated players of last year's Forest Acres Classic. As the 1-0 comes in, called strike 1. Fastball low in the zone. Brauman had some big-time plays, including against AC Flora. Threw out a runner going home, which would have ended up being the game-winning run. Or I guess the go-ahead run that would have won it, as the 1-1 behind Brauman gets away from Rabin. Hankins will go to second. But the other one that people forget about that I sure didn't, I think it was the 10th inning that Miller was warming someone up. They got injured. I don't remember exactly who it was. So they had to call Manny Brauman from center field walked the first two batters, got out of the trouble. Ended up helping Miller win that game. The 2-1. Curveball stays away, ball 3. Remember I said yesterday on stream, I got a lot of nods in front of me. One of the wildest games I've had the privilege of calling, that Miller AC Flora game, an 11-inning affair to cap off day 2 of the Forest Acres Classic last year. It's now 3-1, Hewitt fires. Fastball stays inside, ball 4. A 5-pitch walk to Brauman, puts 2 on and 2 out. Well, Hewitt had 1 pitch to get out of the inning. Instead now, a hit and a walk. Put John Michael Sheff up with 2 outs. Sheff is, of course, 2 for 2. A bases clearing double in the first and a single back an inning ago. The left-hander digs in. Hewitt, the right-hander on the bump, will come home. First pitch to him. Fastball up around the letters, ball 1. Seems like Sheff loves this field. He had a great tournament last year, so far putting together a great tournament this year. Now with 4 RBIs and 2 for 3. The 1-0. Curveball breaks inside, ball 2. Miller leads 8-1. They have 2 on and 2 out. Runners at first and second. A 2-0 count now to the 5-hole, John Michael Sheff. Whereas his teammates are probably now going to call him Stiffy, from what a PA announcer called him in Florida. The 2-0. Fastball low in the zone, strike 1. May have been a 2-seamer from Hewitt, but it works just as well. You usually don't see this. The infield offsetting Sheff to the left. It's the 2-1. That one's lined the other way, right on cue. He grounds one through the left side of the infield, base knock. Hankins will have to stop at third. It gets bobbled by the left fielder Gregory, but since Hankins held up, everybody has to stay at their bags. Even with shading Sheff to the left as a lefty, he still puts one through the left side of the infield. Just good hitting. This will load the bases with 2 outs for Rosales.
Stepping into the box for Miller, number 27.
Well, Jackson Rosales has a chance to bring the hammer down. An 8-1 lead for now the right-handed Jackson Rosales, who already has 2 homers, 16 RBIs this season. Make that 17 with 1 today. Righty on righty, Hewitt throws a curveball high, ball 1. Rosales putting together a great tournament already. Now 3 for 3, 2 walks, 5 RBIs. He got a chance to become the newest Charlie Fettner MVP if he can continue this. Taking it from his teammate, maybe. The 1-0 is chopped over to the third base side. Grigsby will step on the bag, and that will end the inning. Well, a nice chopper to the third baseman gets Lugoff out of the jam. Miller does push one across. It's an 8-1 lead for the Mavericks when we come back here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. We're set to begin the bottom of the third inning as Miller answers the Lugoff run in the bottom of the second. It's now a 7-run lead yet again, and an 8-1 ball game. Got to give Monty some credit. That was a great song, one of the top walk-up songs in the MLB. The show goes on by one Shohei Ohtani. You probably heard that name before. The southpaw Rexroad back on the bump, throws to the right-handed Bright. Fastball low, ball one. Lugoff turns the lineup over, second time through, here we go. 1-0. That one is skied to the right side. It will quickly go out of play towards the bullpen for the Demons. Rexroad's allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run today, punched out 3 Lugoff-Elgin Demons. Or excuse me, I think 4. I think he did get Rabin. Apologies. Or no, he did get, oh, he got 3. I just didn't write it on my score sheet. That's how that works, right? I wrote it, but I didn't. The 1-1 stays upstairs, ball 2. You know, I wrote it, I put a tick mark in the K's category, but I didn't write a K on Rabin. You know, that should be common knowledge, but sometimes I mess things up. Well, 2-1, the southpaw fires. Called strike 2. Fastball paints the inside part of the plate. Due up this inning, it's 1-2-3, Bright, Harvley, Jefferson. The 2-2. Fastball stays wide, it's ball 3. Of course, there's not much a better pitching coach. You know, he's probably not the primarily one, but Coach Billy Wagner, the coach of the Mavericks, definitely trying to help these pitchers out. Not a bad coach. The payoff is grounded toward the right side of the infield. On the backhand, the second baseman Lockhart can't come up with it. That should go down as a hit for Bright. Yes, it does. The 4th for the Demons today. Puts a leadoff base runner aboard. You're from Lugoff, and I haven't seen the Miller Mavericks, the number 3 ranked team in Virginia, play. Yes, they're coached by the now Hall of Fame pitcher, Coach Billy Wagner, playing for my Mets, of course. The best team Major League Baseball has to offer until you talk about the Dodgers and the Yankees, but we don't talk about that. Of course, as I told him yesterday, it took a little longer than it should to get him in, but Coach Wagner finally now a Hall of Fame inductee. Well, now Harvley puts a bunt down the first base line, but it just trickles foul. Trying to bunt for a hit, it seems, against the Mavericks, and almost was perfect. Just I think it had a little more top spin than he meant to have. Coach Wagner, the Hall of Famer, now is in his 14th year as the Miller head coach. He's put together some very good teams here at Miller, including this one, which has a chance to win a state championship. The pickoff back to first for the speedy Bright is not in time. Bright has 5 swiped bags this season. He's been thrown out only once. Came in last year toward the playoff push for Lugoff and sold 3 of them. He now is an everyday starter in center. Third base, Tomlinson is in. Bright goes. The pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. It'll be 0-2. Another hit and run attempt. I love it. Just didn't work out for Lugoff-Elgin. Well, no matter what happens, for the first time this tournament, Miller will have to play into the 4th inning. They were able to run rule Cardinal Newman 16-0 through 3. The count is 0-2. Miller fires. That one spiked into the dirt. It'll be ball 1. Nice job from Peck to stay in front of that one. And Miller has won 8 straight games en route to a 16-5 record. One of the top teams Virginia has to offer, including talent all around the diamond. Lugoff trying to play spoiler. The 1-2 to Harvley is popped foul as he stays alive off the heater. Harvley has one of the 4 hits so far this afternoon. He singled and stole second back in the first, but that's where he was left after Cranford struck out and Jefferson flew out. Wind picks up from right center field coming in. Bright doesn't go, the 1-2. Popped foul yet again, this time to the left side, and it will get out of play. Harvley putting up a great fight here. Harvey now 7 for his last 19 with 6 RBIs. He's one of the premier players this Demon lineup has to offer. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball low in the zone for strike number 3, out number 1 here in the 4th.
Shortstop, number 3, Andrew.
That's good for the 4th punch out for Jacob Rexroad, but he's not done yet. It's Andrew Jefferson. The talented College of Charleston commit shortstop will dig in after flying out to the right field his first go around. Runner on first. The southpaw comes home. Bright comes home. The first pitch is fouled straight back. Bright doing some wind sprints. We'll have to run back to first. Might be able to hear, not the microphone. Jeff did a great job souping this thing up, so you don't have to, like, listen to the constant static, but the 10 around me is probably the loudest I've heard it all week. And I said yesterday was probably one of the worst wind days I've had here in Falcon Field. Pick off back to first. Bright dives back safely. Jefferson picking it up, starting slow a little bit. 2 for his first 19. Since then, now he's hitting 237, excuse me. Pick off back to first, got Bright. He throws into second. The tag from Chef is in time. The nice pick off, 3 to 6 out, and there's 2 away. It's a great pickoff move to Bright. They gunned him down between first and second. It looked like he was just going on movement, and Rexroad caught him. Count is 0-1, righty on lefty as the southpaw will wind and deal. Swung and missed. Fastball low for strike 2. 0-2 the count, 2 gone. Nobody on the base paths now. It's an 8-1 Miller lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Rexroad kicks and deals the 0-2. Breaking ball misses wide. Ball 1. Looks like maybe a slide piece on the outside edge. Maybe a changeup from Rexroad. It's hard to see kind of the break from the far side. The 1-2. That fastball's hammered in the left field. Coming on is great. He'll run it down for out number 3 on a line. Well, the Demons get 1 runner on, but he gets picked off. They go 3 up, 3 down. It's an 8-1 Miller lead. We come right back here on Definite Fiction. Sorry, y'all. Welcome back here to Forest Acres. 1-0 the count is popped foul. It'll be 1-1. And I first have to bathroom sprint of the day between half innings. Came up just a little short, I guess. The 1-1. That one's popped to the right side. Foul out of play. It'll be 1-2 here against the catcher, Cody Peck. Hewitt trying to work through his fourth. He's ahead 1-2 to the righty. Kicks and deals home that ball on the ground to the third baseman, Grigsby. Knocks it down, the throw to first, in time, one away. I think I'm catching my breath kind of momentarily. Usually it's a little longer between innings, I feel like. That one didn't give me much time.
Second baseman, number 22, Connor Lockhart.
Well, there's one away now for Carter Lockhart. The second baseman in the right-handed box will dig in. Sun finally out here at Falcon Field. First pitch, the curveball is popped to the right side of the infield. Arvely comes in on the infield grass and will make the play. There's two away, this for the second baseman.
Number 3, third baseman, Will Tomlinson.
Well, now the 9-hole Will Tomlinson up for the third time today. He's walked and singled so far in his 2 plate appearances. Righty on, lefty, 2 down. Hewitt fires. The fastball's off the hands and muscled foul to the left side, out of play. Lugoff looking for a clean inning here. It's 0-1. Hewitt fires. The right-hander misses upstairs with the off-speed. It's 1-1. Of course, you don't want to get any farther. Top of the order looms on deck in Noah Gray. And after him, a lot of more trouble. The 1-1 curveball is called. Strike 2 on the outside edge against the lefty. Nice pitch from Hewitt. Looking for 3 up, 3 down. He'll wind and deal. The 1-2. Swung on in, missed. Strike 3. He sped a fastball by Tomlinson. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Mavericks for the first time this Forest Acres Classic. It's an 8-1 lead when we come right here. We come back right here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here at Falcon Field. We're going to the bottom of the fourth after 2 zeros have been put on the scoreboard. One by Lugoff, one by Miller. First time as Miller has been held off the base pass in an inning, much less allowed or earned run or scored in an inning. See if Lugoff can capitalize. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Sun is out here in full effect. The southpaw Rexroad comes to the bump. First pitch is thrown home and popped straight foul behind home plate. Preston Cranford will lead it off. Cranford went down looking his first go around. To make sure there's not much pollen on my glasses. Oh, what the heck? That's really not good. How the heck did I do that? I just shattered my nice sunglasses. I'm not sure how the heck that happened. It must have fallen. 1-1 the count after the miss. Rexroad kicks and deals. That ball is hammered into center field. Going back is Browman, looking up at the warning track. He has room and will make the grab in deep center. There's one away.
Third baseman, number 6, Maverick Grigsby.
There's nobody out in or excuse me, 1 out and nobody on for Maverick Grigsby. The southpaw fires and Grigsby fouls it back. It's 0-1. Oh, and 1, the pitch. That one's lined right back where it came from. It'll drop into center for a base hit. Grigsby has back-to-back hits, a double and now a single. He'll put a 1-out base runner on here for the Demons in the bottom of the 4th.
Coming to the plate, number 11, first baseman Logan Crane.
So confused how I shatter my sunglasses. I've been keeping very good care of these, and then all of a sudden I look back and there's a big crack through it. Oh well, life goes on. Righty on righty, Logan Crane steps in. Or excuse me, lefty on righty as the southpaw fires home. Fastball inside, ball 1. Crane singled back in the 2nd. He also swiped a bag, however, that's where he stayed at 2nd. The 1-0, swung on and missed. Big hack through a fastball, it's 1-1. Well, luckily, I don't think this crack's really that visible. At least, I mean, you can see it, but I'm not really seeing much of a difference in my sunglasses. 1-1 changeup is swung on and foul tipped into the glove. It's strike 2. I know this is all the content everyone wanted to hear during this Miller-Lugoff game. But, you know, it's all in my mind now. I have to talk about it. The 1-2. Off-speed slider stays just outside. It's now 2-2. 2-2 the count, 1 gone here in the bottom of the 4th. 8-1 lead for Miller. Wind coming in from right center field. The pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Slider low in the zone, gets strikeout number 5 here for Jacob Rexbode, and now there's 2 away here in the 4th.
Number 13, Landon Gregory.
Well, the right-handed left fielder Landon Gregory will come up. He has the only RBI of the game for Lugoff off a sacrifice fly to right back in the 2nd. The southpaw fires the first pitch. Big swing and a miss through a heater upstairs. It's 0-1. Rexbode producing a lot of swing and misses this inning. The 0-1 on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 2, changeup low in the zone. Rexbode looking for back-to-back strikeouts for the first time this afternoon. Trying to lead Grigsby over at first. Rexbode gives a couple stares back at first, and will kick and deal home, the 2-2. Changeup low, ball 1. Wind continuing to whip in from center field. The 1-2. Off speed, that's grounded the other way to the first baseman. Hankins gloves it, knocks it down, and steps on the bag. Grigsby gets a 1-out single, but he's left there to end the inning. 8-1 lead for Miller, going to the 5th, and we return.
Miller, number 1.
Welcome back here to Falcon Field. Don't worry, I've been looking up every single thing I possibly can on replacing a sunglass lens. It's not terrible, but still is annoying. I've tried to take really good care of these, and I guess I just left them out one time, and that one time cost me. Oh well, we're back here at the Forest Acres Classic. 1-0, counting now to the top of the order here for Miller. They have an 8-1 lead entering the 5th. Hewitt comes home, he throws it low, ball 2, excuse me. Of course, it is to note, I've mentioned it in every game that it gets this close. Run rule is 10 through 5 innings, so Miller needs 3 runs to end it. Lugoff, just like yesterday, gonna try to stave off a run rule. The 2-0, that one's a high hit ball into left field. Going over is Gregory toward the line, but he will run out of room as that gets out of play. Well, Hewitt, after a rough first inning, all of a sudden has calmed down. Seems like it was Lugoff was in for a rough day, but Hewitt has very much settled in. Only 4 of the 8 runs that have come across are earned. The 2-1. I guess it hits Gray. First batter that Hewitt has hit, provide a leadoff base runner here for Miller.
Designated hitter number 13, Drew Lucy.
And now it's Drew Lucy who's DHing today. Lucy is 0 for 3, grounded to a fielder's choice in the first, grounded out in the second, and flown out in the third. However, or excuse me, grounded out later in the first. Mound visit here, we'll be right back. All right, why there's a pitching change here at Falcon Field. Logan Durrell coming off for the Demons. We're going to step away real quick, turn the music down, and we'll talk about our sponsors here yet again. Well, Legion Ball, why should you play it? It's free, competitive, and the best in the state play Legion. There's not really much else to say. If you want a lot of information, Coach Dorsey came onto the stream yesterday when AC Flora played Hammond last night. We talked about Legion for a good 3 innings, so come and listen to that. If you don't want to run through a brick wall, then don't listen to Coach Dorsey, but he will make you want to run through a brick wall to play Legion. All the best kids in the state play Legion. I know Lugoff has a ton of players playing Legion, like Morris played last year. So play Legion if you're a high school talent, top talent in the state. For Miller, I'm sure you've got some Legion ball around you. Go sign up for your local team today. His other sponsor, Coach Dorsey, does partially own the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. It's an all-inclusive dumpster company where they'll make it simple for you. You need a dumpster? They'll bring it to you. You fill it up, they'll take it away. How about that? Go to www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com or call the number 803-783-6834 to put your dumpster today. We'll be right back here. Pitching change. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. It'll be the sophomore Logan Durrell donning the bump for the first time this tournament and for the first time this season. Durrell will get 2, 3, and 4. Runner on first for Miller. The first pitch is popped foul by the DH Drew Lucy. Let me get that off the screen for you. Apologies. Oh, and 1 the count, pick off to first. Not in time as Noah Gray dives back safely. Gonna want to keep him close. He's the Mavericks' leading stolen base threat. 14 on the season. He's been thrown out once, but doesn't happen often. Righty on righty, 0 and 1. Durrell throws back to first yet again. Lucy dives back yet again. Oh, and 1, Lucy goes. The pitch, swung on and missed, strike 1. The throw into second will not matter. It is going to be batter's interference on Lucy, who swung through and crossed home plate. So it'll be out number 1 off catcher's interference. Gray is forced to go back to first. However, I'd be shocked if he doesn't try to steal again.
Now batting, first baseman, number 12, Evan Hankins.
You don't really see a lot of batter's interference. However, it's happened about 3 times already this tournament, and we're only through now 5 2/3 of a game. Well, it's Evan Hankins up for the 4th time. Hankins had an RBI single. He's also walked 2 times today. Southpaw digs in the right-handed. Durrell comes home. Fastball in, tight ball 1. As you can hear around me, the wind's not letting up, which is making my allergies go cuckoo. There's a dust storm on the field as well. Oh, geez. We'll have to hold down the 10. 1 and 0 is low, ball 2. Winds were going to be about 16 miles per hour today as the umbrella we have made in the camera went off. I'll have to put that up between. The 2 and 0 is a called strike 1, a fastball on the inside third of the zone. I think it finally slowed down a little bit for momentarily. We'll have to find out. Lucy still at first, 2 and 1 the count, 1 gone. 8-1 lead for the Mavericks. Durrell will throw back to first, and Gray will stand back in safely. Well, again, Evan Hankins is 2 for 2 in this tournament with 4 walks. The hulking senior looking for a pitch to hit and drive. The 2-1 off speed is crushed, but it's way foul to the out of place side on the right. Hankins jumped ahead of the off speed and almost took it for a ride. Just missed. Pickoff back at first again. Gray standing in yet again. Two and 2 the count, ready on lefty. Durrell will come home. The pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Changeup on the outside edge gets Hankins, and there's 2 away. For the first time in this Forest Acres Classic, Evan Hankins has to go back to the dugout. Now it's Manny Brauman up for the 4th time. He's singled, struck out, and walked so far today. Righty on righty, 2 away. Noah Gray at first. Didn't try to steal with Evan at the dish. We'll see if it changes here. First pitch to Brauman. That one's lined right back up the middle for a base knock. Gray will take the turn at second after a bobble from Bright. He will go to third. Brauman gets into second. It's going to be a 2-out double, I believe. We'll see if it's a hit in there or just a double straight away. Could be either or at this point. I think they're just ruling it a hit.
Stepping to the plate, number 4, shortstop, John Michael Sheff.
So Brauman now will stand at second, Gray at third here for John Michael Sheff. So they're going to rule it a hit. So a double for Brauman. Sheff is 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double today. Righty on the lefty. The lefty watches one stay away. It's breaking ball outside for ball one. Chef has been so good at putting stuff to the opposite field that the right side of the infield, as a lefty, is wide open. Jefferson, the shortstop, is deep in the hole. The second baseman, Harvey's up the middle. The one-and-oh stays upstairs. A fastball for ball two. I've just never seen that before with the left-hander at the dish. The whole pull side of the infield is just wide open for him. If you can get a hold of one, you easily score two. The 2-and-oh off speed stays inside. It's ball three. Well, after after John Michael Chef, it goes to Jackson Rosales, who's probably had one of the best tournaments of anybody here so far. It's 3-0 though to the lefty. Durrell will fire. The pitch is called, strike one, fastball low in the zone. Lugoff trying to put up another 0 in the Miller side of the scoreboard for the second straight inning. They trail 8-1 here in the top of the fifth. The 3-1 from Durrell. Change up low, ball four. Nice job from Rabin behind the dish to keep it in front of him. And that'll load the bases now for the second straight time for Jackson Rosales.
Stepping to the box, number 27, right fielder, Jackson Rosales.
Chef on first, Brauman second, Gray third. All for the right-handed right fielder, Jackson Rosales. Rosales has 5 RBIs. He's 1 for 2 today. Righty on righty. Durrell, the sophomore, versus Rosales, the junior. Breaking ball low, ball one. Wind coming in from right center field still. Not as fast as it was previously, but still there. The 1-0. That one's hammered down the left field line. It will hook foul, though. Second time the Miller Mavericks have jumped all over an off-speed pitch and just hooked it down the line. Hankins on the right, Rosales down the left. If those get down, they could still be running. On deck, if it gets that far, the catcher, Cody Peck, out there in the on-deck circle with his shin protector on. I say one because he only has one on. The 1-1, that one's golfed in the left field down the line. Gregory runs over and it will drop for extra bases into the corner. Brauman rounds third, coming around all the way from first to John Michael Chef. The relay throw is not made as Grigsby can't grab it. It's a bases clearing double, this time for Jackson Rosales. And the Mavericks now have a 10-run lead here at the top of the fifth. Rosales went down and got that one. It was a low pitch. But for the second time, there's a bases clearing double for the Mavericks. And now there's a 10-run lead here for Miller. Well, as it stands, Miller will need to hold Lugoff to run rule them in 5. It's 11-1 here. But however, the damage is not potentially done yet. It's the right-handed catcher, Cody Peck. Righty on righty, first pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, strike one in the outer third. Rosales, who continues to scorch, now has his second straight 4 RBI day. He's over at second. The 0-1. Grounded up the middle, going to be a tough play. The shortstop, Jefferson, ranges behind the bag. The throw to first is way offline. Crane has no way of grabbing it. It goes all the way to the Demon dugout on a line. It's going to be a hit and an error that scores Rosales from second. It's now a 12-1 Miller lead. Jefferson just trying to make a play to get out of the inning. Threw it a bit off line, tried to hurry the throw. Now the fourth runner comes home as Dylan O'Connor will go into second to pitch run. It'll be Connor Lockhart due up here. As O'Connor replaces Rosales at second, there's 2 away, 12-1 lead for Miller. First pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, ball one. the 1-0. Fastball wide, ball 2. Miller, this is the 8th man brought up to the plate this inning. It's Carter Lockhart. The 9-man is in the hole. The 9th man in the order, Will Tomlinson. Miller looking to maybe bat around and more. The 2-0. Curveball on the outside part of the plate against the righty, called strike 1. 2-1 the count, 2 gone here. Runner at second for the Mavericks of Miller, who now have a 12-1 lead after a 4-run inning has been put here in the 5th. The 2-1. Off speed, that one's lined into left field. Going to be down in the corner for extra bases. Yet another big time hit for the Mavericks. O'Connor around third will score. Standing into second is Carter Lockhart with a double. O'Connor and Lockhart trade places. It's now 13-1.
Number 3, third baseman, Will Tomlinson.
So Lockhart, that is his 3rd double of the season. Tomlinson will dig in. Runner on second, still 2 gone. 13-1 lead now for the Mavericks. Again, after this, don't go anywhere. In about an hour and a half, it'll be Airport and Hammond. The unlikely Hammond school 1-0 after their first game against the hosting Falcons. Airport trying to get in the win column here after a loss to River Bluff. The first pitch is a called strike 1, changeup on the inside part of the plate against the southpaw at the dish. If it gets that far, top of the order, Noah Gray is on deck. He started the inning with a hit by pitch, came around to score one of the 5 runs. Not first. The 0-1. That one slowly chopped to the right side. It will go foul. It'll be 0-2. It's always funny looking at all the base coaches, and Coach Wagner over at first, who doesn't have his dugout behind him, has 2 things of gear. The third base coach has been giving everything back to the dugout because with all the doubles, he's had to make some sprints out 30 feet away behind him. The 0-2. That one's rolled over to the right side. It will be fouled. Nice play from Coach Wagner. Nice throw back to Durrell in the bump. It'll be 0-2 still. The right-handed Durrell kicks and deals. The 0-2 is swung on and muscled foul out of play to the left side. Got to replenish the ball supply, the umpire. Durrell trying to fight his way through the inning. Hewitt's final line, pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 earned runs off of what looks to be 8 hits. He had 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a hit batter. Durrell trying to navigate his way through this 5th inning. The 0-2. Fastball that runs inside and hits Tomlinson. An 0-2 count gone wrong. Mavericks put runners at first and second now with 2 gone. Back to the top of the order we go. It's Noah Gray.
Number 1, the left fielder, Noah Gray.
Noah Gray for the 5th time this game. He has singled, been hit, reached onto the air, and flown out so far. Miller has a 13-1 lead. Gray could add to it right here. Righty on righty, Grigsby, the third baseman, creeping in. The first pitch to Gray. Off speed, misses up high, ball 1. The Eagles have arrived for their game later today. Again, they try to knock off now the 1-0 Hammond school. The Skyhawks beat AC Flora last night as the 1-0. Fastball runs in, tight snap back down to first. Gets into right field, gets away from Crane. Getting a strong windmill around third is Lockhart. He races home, the relay throw, just out of the reach. No, he got him! They're gonna say he tagged him out. Lockhart can't believe it, but that'll do it here in the inning. A 13-1 lead for Miller. They'll look to try to finish this one off via the run rule when we come back.
Number 16, Logan.
Welcome back here to Falcon Field. We're set to begin the bottom of the 5th. Miller needs 3 outs to knock off the Demons via run rule and move to face Lexington tomorrow for a championship. Rexroad comes to the hill, throws one right by Durrell, breaking ball on the outside edge. Durrell replaces Gregory. It's good for strike 1. Durrell kind of trying to keep the Demons in this one. They need 3 runs if they want to stay alive. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. A breaking ball low. It's quickly 0-2. Rexroad wheels and deals. The 0-2 up and away, ball 1, a fastball. Well, with a Miller win, they would win now their 9th game in a row and eliminate both, what it seems, Lugoff-Elgin and Cardinal Newman from playing on Thursday. The 1-2 changeup runs inside. It's now 2-2. Rexroad trying to go through the bottom of the order. Excuse me, Durrell's replacing Hewitt. I lied. The pitcher, I don't know why I said Gregory. It's called missing something in the scorecard. 2-2. Changeup miss low. There'll be a full count. Rexroad trying to finish out this game, go 5 innings of only 1 earned run baseball. The Ferrum College commit showing all his stuff today. The payoff from Rexroad. That one's grounded up the middle, and that will be good for a base knock. Durrell, his first hit of the season. The leadoff single here for the Demons. Now it's the 9-hole, Jake Rabin. Rabin's still looking for his first hit of the tournament. So far, he's 0 for 3. The right-hander digs in, the left-hander comes home. Fastball misses inside ball 1 as the wind is really kicking up now. Having to hold my tent down here. Going from right to left across the diamond. You might even see the dust kick off the ground. Or the dirt, I guess, rather. The 1-0 to Rabin. That one's grounded over to short. This could be 2. Chef to second for 1. On to first for Lockhart. 6-4-3 double play. And now Lugoff's down to their final out in this one. Excuse me, I'm trying to keep my tent from flying away right now. Which is why I haven't updated really anything. It's been really close to. I don't think it actually was, but I'm scared about stuff falling down. 1-2 away just like that. Now, it's Colin Bright, top of the order. The lefty comes home, the righty lines that one down the right field line. It will go foul. Lugoff trying to stay alive. They need 3 runs and only 1 out to work with. Rexroad will kick and deal. The 0-1. Misses low. It's ball, or no, called and strike, excuse me. Looked like it was a little low to me, but it is 0-2 now. Naomi Ryan getting loose in the pen in case they need her. The 0-2 from Rexroad. Just missed inside. Fastball to be 1-2. Thought the last one was low. That one looked almost like it painted the inside part of the plate. Nonetheless, it's 1-2. Rexroad will fire. The fastball is low. It'll be ball 2, kicking up some dirt. If it gets that far, Watson Harvley waits on deck. And of course, it's the heart of the order with A.J. Jefferson behind. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Change up low, and that'll do it. Rexroad with a dominant performance. Gave up 6 hits, punched out 6 Demons, and only allowed 1 earned run. As the Miller Mavericks have now outscored their Forest Acres Classic opponents 29-1. All right, I'm going to try to keep everything nailed down here. Next game is Hammond and Airport coming up after this one. I'll see y'all there.